let's talk about Kaku Ryuen from Classroom of the Elite. He is considered to be, I guess you could say, the series' biggest villain. He's disliked by a lot of characters within the series, but the community loves him, and well, I'm one that's included. If Kiyotaka wasn't my favorite character, honestly, it'd probably be Ryuen. Ichinose is my second favorite character, Ryuen's number 3, but the more that the series goes on, the more I'm starting to like Ryuen more, and the less I'm starting to like Ichinose, so that's why I think he's really interesting. So in this video, I'm going to be giving my thoughts about him. This isn't necessarily like a character analysis video, like I said, I'm just giving my thoughts on why I like him. But if you guys enjoy regular anime content, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you guys never miss out on a new video. With that away, my name is Potential Unleashed, and let's talk about Ryuen. Ryuen is a character that revolves around fear, because he said that he had never felt fear before in his life. He believes that the world is run by violence, and he also gets a lot of pleasure out of violence because when people get hurt, they tend to their emotion turns towards fear, and that's what he likes, where the only thing that he thinks will allow him to experience fear is getting close, or death itself, which, well, that's not true anymore because Kiyotaka made him experience fear for the first time. I really do enjoy his personality. He has a specific, I guess, I don't really know the term, so I'm gonna say when it comes to anime character, he fits in a specific niche. When you look at different anime characters, you have the badass types. That's some of my favorite, with Zoro, him being a 3-sword style swordsman, one of the best swordsmen in anime. Gojo, he is the strongest sorcerer in Jujutsu Kaisen, whoops up on everybody. Mikasa, I love that she's strong, the way she uses her 3D maneuver gear, takes on humans, takes on titans, etc. And we look at the different niches for anime characters. You got the side, the Tsundere, there's the broken hero, etc. Where I guess you could say his specific type would be the cunning, sly, strategic type. Think of a fox, they're really cunning and really sly, and this typically fits the villain role, where my favorite villain is Aizen. He's cunning, he's slick, he's calculated. Look at what he did with the Soul Society and why everybody fears him. There's Ashlat from Vinland Saga. He's the mastermind, he's sneaky, and he always gets his way, and Ryuen fits that type of mold. When you talk about intelligence, there are different forms of intelligence. There's book smarts. Think Senku from Dr. Stone, how he's able to bring the world from the Stone Age back to the modern era. There's strategic. Think Shikamaru from Naruto, one of the best minds when it comes to strategy in all of anime. And I'd say Ryuen is a mix between street smarts and strategy. I say street smarts because he has great survivability. He's great at adapting and thinking on his feet, and he can handle a lot of practical situations. If it came down to the zombie apocalypse, honestly, Ryuen's surviving. And Classroom of the Elite, it's a school, right? There's different methods, but it's a little bit with a twist, trying to prepare you for the real world. And in school in general, there's going to be some characters who are just naturally book smart. Not to say that Ryuen is bad or not intelligent in that aspect. I mean, we never talk about him, but I'd say if I were to guess, he's not keeping up with Sagi Yanagi for sure in that department. But I'd say he's probably a B, C, student. Maybe he gets like 1 or 2 C's, decent amount of B's, a few A's. That's where I would put him. As a leader, he's someone that rules by fear. Think of a dictator. A lot of people don't like him because of that, but at the same time, they're not going to oppose him. And after losing to Kiyotaka, he's a little bit more lenient and less violent. He got Katsuragi to be a voice of reason, and he allows for, Katsuragi puts Ryuen in check. And when you look at leaders, you look at people who have proven success, and he's dealing with that. Would you challenge that for someone who's been successful and has brought you guys all this way? They're neck and neck with Kiyotaka's class. Now I'm only year 2, book 6 in, right? So I still got to read 7, 8, and 9, I think. And so, but they're neck and neck with Kiyotaka's class, and they're catching up to class A. And if Kiyotaka didn't interfere with Ryuen on multiple occasions, then, well, his plans were worked out, but at the same time, it's a blessing in disguise, because if Kiyotaka didn't interfere, then Ryuen would have already peaked and reached his ceiling, but now he has a new goal to strive for. For me personally, my favorite aspect about him is that he always puts himself in favorable situations. He puts himself in situations that he knows he'll either win or most likely to succeed. And that's really smart. Most people, they're not going to do something knowing they'll lose. Like, you're not going to enter a fight knowing that you're going to get knocked out in a second. You're not going to compete against someone for no reason, or there's not a guarantee of victory, unless you're like uber competitive and don't really care about losing. But most people like to win. Some examples: look at the island test. He gave the appearance that Buki and him are fighting. I mean, technically she don't like him, but at the same time, well, everybody doesn't know that. And so when people saw Buki, on the side hurt, they're like, oh, Ryuen, with his personality, he beat her up. But doing this, people saw that and allowed her to infiltrate their camps, and she was able to learn the leader. And he understood that from how the test was written, that you can't lose points that you don't have, so he allowed the class to enjoy themselves, keeping a good morale, where he had that alliance with class A in order to get some class points every month until they graduate, where if Kiyotaka wasn't there, then Ryuen's plans definitely would have succeeded. So you can't say that it wasn't a good plan, because Kiyotaka's the smartest guy in the series, so I mean, and he's the MC, so like, what do you expect? There's also the scene with Karuzawa using her to get to Kiyotaka, trying to uncover who X is, putting himself in a situation where violence and fighting was the likely outcome. And like I said earlier, he lost because, well, it was against Kiyotaka. There was Harikta's race, where she ended up tripping and getting somebody from class C hurt, which she really didn't, but Ryuen, he mastermind, and he did all of that, where she's like, oh, well, I didn't do this, and he's like, oh, let's get the student council president involved. But knowing that Harikta has a weakness for him, doesn't want to trouble him, she tried to do everything on her own, and Ryuen outsmarted her again. And probably my favorite moment with him has to deal with Hosen. Hosen, in terms of strength, not including any of the White Room students, because they're broken, right? So not characters like Kiyotaka. I'm not gonna say Nanase, because she's not technically a White Room student, but she knows about the White Room, all of that. But I say Kiyotaka, Amasawa, and what's his name? I forget his name, but Yagami, right? So we're not including them. But look at Pseudo, Albert. Hosen is probably, well, he's definitely stronger than Pseudo. He beat him, but Hosen is probably the strongest normal student in the school. Maybe Albert and Koenji can give him a run for his money, but still. In book 2, he got into it with Ibuki, and Ryuen was there where he didn't want to fight Hosen because it was a situation that wasn't favorable to him, and he'd lose. Then on the island test, he set it up to where Albert and Ishizaki would pin him down, and Ryuen ended up pouncing on him and bing, 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 knocked Hosen out, where that was a situation that was favorable to him. Now, people can get mad and say, oh, it wasn't manly and all that, but I'm going to let you know right now, if I'm fighting somebody I know I can't win, well, I'm definitely not going to fight them. I'm going to use any and every way that I can, if I have to fight them, to win. So whether that's kicking them in the balls, whether that's biting them, whether that's throwing dirt in their eye, I'm going to do every and anything I can so I don't lose. Like, I am 5'8", like a $140. So if I got to fight someone that's like 6 foot, 200 pounds, well, I'm definitely bringing a gun to a knife fight. Ryuen is a character who is very smart. He's realistic. And the reason why I'm saying he's realistic, because the world isn't necessarily forgiving. And there are some times where some people have to use methods that break the rules a little bit in order to get ahead. And I think that's realistic. Not saying that you should do that, but that's what some people do. That's how some of the rich got rich. And he's cunning, and he always wants to win. I love the fact that he puts himself in situations to always succeed, or has the best chance of success, and he gets results. Proven winner, born winner, and that's why I think he's an interesting character to me. Can't wait to see his development. Can't wait to see how he will go against Kiyotaka in round 2, or even if they do have a round 2, because the way that Kiyotaka wants it, he wants to have somebody challenge him and defeat him, which I'll talk about that in another video in the future. I can't wait, and hopefully Ryuen is one of those people that can push him and challenge him. But let me know how you guys feel about Ryuen in the comment section below. Do you guys love him? Do you guys hate him? What's his best or worst aspect? Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also hit the notification bell so you guys never saw a new video from me. Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok is on the screen and in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to unleash your potential.